Hello again and happy Saturday. I was live a moment ago and things have been stormy here, kind of representative of what's going on in the world. I'm guessing that's why. There's all sorts of crazy things going on right now with my internet and including the links I was adding. But anyway, hopefully you will find a link here to my, oh boy, a link to the clarity call, and I will add it. It's a clarity, healing, and purpose call that I had mentioned on my previous video where we go over the 8 areas of your life and where you might be out of alignment, where you're not in purpose, and dive into your own wild animal message and get clarity on the path moving forward. So there is that. So book your session there on that link. But anyway, I wanted to give you some wild animal wisdom in these crazy, tumultuous times. And I had started out with the flamingo, which keeps coming up every now and then. And it says, embrace the in-between. And I was saying that I saw a quote coming up the other day, again, about if you want to be happy, be in the now, be in the moment. You know, it comes back to this over and over again. We want things to get better. And I was saying before I got cut off in my previous video that many people are moving right now. They're, thinking about moving and moving in various ways, physically moving, maybe moving careers. There could be a lot of ways that people are looking at moving on and maybe thinking that the grass is greener, but it's not always greener. And we can find green grass in the moment when we embrace the in-between. So I wanted to make sure I shared that message with you that I pulled moments ago before my connection went down. So here's a card that's popping out. It's interesting because I was just watching a video last night on these Indian bats. They were actually kind of cute, rather large, probably fruit eating. But we have bat spirit, and it says that, and the bat is upside down. It says a rebirth is assured. So, we're in these anxious times right now. There's a lot of turmoil. I was thinking this morning that it's reminding me of the 60s, of the turmoil that was going on in the 60s. I feel like it's kind of that energy right now. But the bat is here to say that a rebirth is assured, that it is coming. In our society, in our lives, that things will get better. But in the meantime, we just need to remember to embrace the in-between while we're, waiting for this rebirth to happen where things will improve. And I'm only chuckling because it's just, what can you do? It's so crazy right now. And there's so much divisiveness going on. And how can you, if you're a healer, and if you're listening to this, you're probably an empathic person, a sensitive animal lover like myself. How can you spread your light in these difficult, tumultuous times? How can you put yourself out there in the world, whether it's on social media, as you step over the landmines of content that are out there that can spread positivity, share your light. This is a time when the world needs healing. There's a lot of healing that's needed. Why are people so angry? Why are they upset? Why are people being triggered? they're being triggered by their unhealed wounds. You know, things are being said, images are coming up, and the triggers are happening, and the wounds are showing up in our society that haven't been healed. So this is why there's such a huge need for healers. There's like this gathering of healers, light workers, whatever term you want to use, that, you know, we're needed in this society to help people heal, because that's why there's so much turmoil going on, because healing is needed. And it's part of that rebirth is, you know, helping others heal. We need to change within ourselves. And all of the turmoil that's going on right now is really shining the spotlight on all the healing that's needed. So, yesterday I posted something on Facebook about healers, and if you're friends with me or you want to be friends with me, send me a friend request. And I was asking all healers to say in the comments, you know, what do you do in a sentence? You know, who do you help? What do you do? As a way to get us to come out of the shadows, because there's certainly a lot of shadows right now, and our work is needed. And if you're an empath, if you're a sensitive, you are the healer type. And it's so easy for us to want to hide. Hey, I live on a mountain at 8,000 feet. Because the world is so noisy, and as empaths, all of this noise and all of this turmoil is really hitting us hard. You know, it's affecting our nervous system. So we've got to get out in nature. We've got to meditate or burn the candle and sit by a fountain or whatever it is we need to do to calm our nervous system. My YouTube channel, Mustang, if you go to @MustangMindset, you'll find a bunch of meditations there, and I'm posting these videos there as well. So you can find some content there. And so do take care of your nervous system while also not being afraid to shine your light in these tumultuous times. You know, it's okay. And this is when you are needed the most, is right now with all of the upheaval that's going on as things are changing, as the rebirth is coming forward. You are part of that transition. And so we healers are needed desperately. So shine your light. Don't be afraid. What more can I say to those of you sensitives out there? The dolphin spirit. Who feels a call to water right now? I know I do. I live in Arizona. That's kind of dry here. Sometimes the dryness is getting to me, and lately we're finally getting some rain. But when I think of dolphin spirit, you know, I think of that water, and the dolphin is jumping up. And I'm also thinking of you healers out there and shining your light in the way that this dolphin is jumping. This and that are true. So, you know, don't believe everything you see or hear, you know. Somebody was writing a post yesterday about how, you know, one side sees things one way and the other side sees things another way, and we're not all seeing all the truth, right? We're just not seeing all the truth. So you might see some truth here and you might see some truth there, but there's also lies being spread. So this and that are true, and take it with a grain of salt. As in salt water, right? Take it with a grain of salt, as the dolphin would say. So that's such an important message right now. This and that are true. Don't believe everything. Because when we believe everything, it's like, it gets us all up in arms, our nervous system gets going, and then we burn out as empaths because we are sensitive. There are people who just, they don't have that sensitivity, and there's a reason, they have their purpose. And then there's those of us who are sensitive because we are meant to be healers and to pick up on things that are going on with people. It's part of our intuition, and it's easy to cut off our intuition and want to block it out in these crazy times because we feel everything. We don't want to necessarily be intuitive and feel the pain that's out there. But that's your superpower as an empath, is to lean into feeling people and what's going on so you can help them with their healing. But the challenge is also healing within yourself so you don't burn out. So, it's telling me to swipe. So there's also the Animal Empath Journal, by the way, that's showing up in the comments. Do subscribe. This is channeled writing. It's like automatic writing when I write. And sometimes I go back and I go, that was interesting. So do subscribe to the Animal Empath Journal because there are gold nuggets in there for empaths as well, for healers. So, all right, let's pull a few more cards. Wombat. Oh, wombats. I've been seeing so many wombat videos lately coming out of Australia. They're absolutely adorable. They seem to be attracted to people, and people are supposed to not touch the wombats in the wild. But it says, be at home. So even though there's a rebirth going on, it kind of goes along with, the flamingo, embracing the in-between and being at home with, where you are, wherever you are. So wherever you are in between, be at home, feel that sense of home, ground yourself, sit in a comfortable place, whether you're out in nature, whether you're in your little sacred spot at home with your candles or whatever, and you can close your eyes and breathe and visualize roots going deep down into the earth and feel that sense of home, of being, part of the earth, being grounded. So allow yourself to feel at home, even though you may be in a transition, whether you're looking at moving or a career change or something. Be at home wherever you are in that in-between space. So let's do one, two, three. I've done 4. So I'm going to do one more, typically 5. And we will see what comes up. Let me know in the comments where you're listening from, even if you're catching the replay. How does this resonate with you right now as well? So, one of my favorites, Horse Spirit. Freedom is yours. You don't have to stay stuck where you are. A rebirth is assured, as the bat said. So you don't have to stay in the relationship. You don't have to stay in the home. You don't have to stay in the career, whatever it may be for you. Know that freedom is yours. And journal on that. If you're feeling stuck, what is coming up for you? Again, when I write, it's like automatic writing. Things come up for me, and I can get some clarity that way, and I can share clarity as well. So freedom is yours. You don't have to stay stuck. There is a rebirth while you're embracing the in-between. So these are really good messages all around. So many gold nuggets here. It reminds me when I see the horse, and MustangMindset.com is the website I've been using for my animal messages, etc. And behind the Mustang mindset is about freedom. And here in the U.S., you know, we have the Mustangs, the wild horses that sometimes are unfortunately gathered, and they're put in these holding pens, and there's something like 50,000 of them in the U.S. in holding pens. It's just a strange thing, but anyway, I won't get into that subject, but freedom is yours. You're not stuck in a pen. You're not stuck in a pasture. If you feel like you're in a pasture, of course, remember to embrace the in-between, but know that you can break free. You know, sometimes we can feel like a racehorse at the starting gate, and we feel like, you know, we've got this gate in front of us, and we're just waiting and waiting, and we've got this energy, and we're ready to go, but there's a block there. Maybe it's a fear, maybe it's a belief. What might be blocking you at this time? And kick that starting gate down and take back your freedom if you are feeling stuck, if you are feeling restrained in some way. So that's what the horse message is saying. I love all of these messages. So again, stay in your lane, shine your light, know that this and that are true. And not everything is true. Some of it's false. So take it with a grain of salt and know that there's a rebirth coming from the bat, right? There's a rebirth coming. Feel safe knowing that, and take a deep breath. Allow yourself to get unstuck. But while you're getting unstuck, while you're, you know, challenging what's going on in the world and what's going on in your life, knowing that freedom is yours, embrace the in-between while you're there. But don't stay stuck, that's for sure. So a new home may be waiting, but be at home wherever you are. Those are the general messages for the week ahead. Again, a lot going on, and I want to send you virtual hugs. Remember to take care of you and your nervous system. Go back, read the last article I did, which was published on Thursday, was about not being a doormat, about having boundaries. So go read that in the Animal Empath Journal on Substack. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe for free. You can also join. If you join as a founding member for $150, you save a little on doing a full session with me around your animal angels, getting messages from your animal angels. If you have animals that have passed that you're wondering about, if you're holding on to any guilt or regret around, you know, animal euthanasia or any of that, we can put your mind at ease as well, because there's answers around that too. So check that out. Become a founding member and get a session, and you'll be supporting my work and helping others at the same time. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. It was great sharing those messages with you. Do take care of yourself and remember to breathe in these crazy times. Enjoy that home that is your body and take care of it too as well, because it's got to help to get you from point A to point B. So anyway, thank you again. Much love to you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now, everyone.